All right, to complete this Larksfoot blanket, I used a border called Wave, and I went ahead and finished my blanket and forgot to show you how to do the border while I was on the blanket, so I'm going to show you that now. I've been using this blanket for a few months, so it's a little crumpled looking, but it's a great blanket. All right, so I've made a swatch for us to use in this example. And if you've ever wondered what the Larksfoot stitch looks like with a solid color, this is it. Not terribly exciting. The first thing you want to do anytime you do a border is you don't want to start your border directly into your work. You want to go ahead and make a single crochet border all the way around, all four sides. As you can see, I've got a single crochet border here. And that gives you a good solid base to make a beautiful border. When you do a single crochet along the top and bottom, you'll be able to easily find the stitches to work your single crochet into. The sides are another story. Typically, there's not going to be a nice set of stitches that you can work into. So you sort of have to make that up as you go along. It's kind of an uncomfortable feeling for those of us that really like to go into a solid stitch and be very uniform. So you want to get your single crochet stitches as uniform as possible, not too crowded, not too far apart. It'll all be fine once you attach the border to it. So here we've got the swatch, and I'm going to work the purple yarn into it. I'm going to start, oh, by the way, let me back up a tad. You can see on the, when I did the corner of this blanket with my single crochets, I worked 3 times into the corner. So you get a nice rounded corner. You don't want to just keep single crocheting and keep going. So in your corner, watch it and see what's right. 3 usually works pretty well. But I'm going to start at the very top, not in the corner, but in the first under the first V of that first single crochet, and I'm going to just pull my yarn through that. Now you could tie a knot here. I'm just going to leave my tail to tuck in later, so it's going to be a little loose in the beginning. That's okay. So we're going to use double crochet in this border, just like we've been doing in the Larksfoot pattern. And that's double crochet in the US. So to start, I'm going to chain 3, 2, 3. And then I'm going to work my first double crochet into the next single crochet stitch into the top of the V right there. So yarn over, insert the hook and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's your first real double crochet. Do it again in the next. Tail's hanging on here. Yarn over, insert the hook in the V, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3 double crochets. Yarn over, insert into the top of the V, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we've got the base for our first wave, and it consists of 4 double crochets, the first one being 3 chains. All right, now we're going to chain 4 on the top of this last double. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is how it looks at this point. Now you're going to turn your work over to back. It's going to feel weird. Don't be discouraged, and it's especially strange on the first few where you don't really have much to hold on to. But we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet, which was really 3 stitches there to start us. So slip stitch, there's no yarn over. You're just going to go straight into the top stitch and grab the yarn, pull through, and then pull through that second loop. It's a little tight and a little bit wonky. Sometimes I drop it. All right, so we've done a slip stitch, and now we're going to do a single crochet just to anchor that. And we're going to turn the work back over. I'm going to grab some more yarn up here. Now, I'm going to set this down where you can see it kind of looks like a basket at this point. And we're going to do 7 double crochets into the handle of this basket. All right, so we're going to start by yarning over and inserting into this hole, the handle of the basket. Pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and I messed up my yarn. Seems like I do that on this first one every time. Let me try again. Get it snagged. Bear with me, we're just trying to do a double crochet here. There's 1. Now, I'm going to do 6 more into the handle of this basket. There's 2. Like I said, it feels weird because it's the first one and it's kind of wonky. That was 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Now, sometimes my mind wanders and I do too many or too few, so I always go back and count them. I'm going to show you how it looks. So this is the first wave, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches, so I'm good. All right, now I'm going to start over by anchoring this wave, but I'm going to start over just like we did here. In the very next single crochet, I'm going to start a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert in the very next top of the V, pull through 2, pull through 2. And this is going to anchor that first wave. I'm going to do 4 double crochets consecutively into each of the, let me get some more yarn, to each of the next 3 single crochets. Incidentally, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to the speed and slow it down if I'm going too fast for you. I do that a lot on crochet tutorials because it's hard to watch what I'm doing and watch what the instructor is doing at the same time. So feel free to slow me down to Charlie Brown's teacher voice. All right, so now we've got 4 double crochets for the base of the next wave. And if you remember, the next step is to do 4 chains, I'm sorry, and then turn the work. You'll get used to all this turning. Now, this time, and for all the next ones, we're gonna do something a little different than what we did when we got started. We're gonna do that slip stitch, but it's not gonna be in the top of that first double crochet like it was on the first one. So we're gonna slip stitch, we're gonna go into this big space here. Let me lay this down and show you with a white background. We're gonna go into this space and then up in this space and pull through. So we're working in these 2 spaces for our slip stitch. And I'll see if I can do that without getting my hands in the way. So no yarning over. We're gonna dive down into the bottom space and come up into the next one. Then we're gonna yarn over, pull through both of those spaces and pull through the yarn that was on the hook. And then we're gonna do 1 chain to anchor that. And you're going, this feels weird. It'll be fine. This is actually a super easy, quick border, but just got to get the hang of it, and the first few are just a little bit wonky. So we've anchored it, and we've got our basket top. See that? And now we're going to do 7 double crochets into the basket top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it gets a little crowded on 6 and 7. Don't be afraid to scoot the work back out of your way along this basket top. All right, so now you can see how that has anchored the first one and then made the second one. So I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna stop this video and let you work a little bit and meet you back, but I wanna do at least 3 so you can see how it works. It's already getting easier because I've got something to hang on to. So now, remember, we're gonna do 4 double crochets and the next 4 V's at the top of the single crochet. All right, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. You guys know what a double crochet is by now, because if you did the Larksfoot blanket, that's all you've been doing for days and weeks on end. It's just all muscle memory at this point. 3, 4 double crochets for the base. Now we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn the work, flip it over, make our basket handle. So we're going to slip stitch, remember, into these 2 spaces. So we're going to dive down into the first one, come up in the second one, and yarn over and pull through both of those, and then just pull straight on through the stitch that was on the hook, and then to anchor it, chain 1. Flip your work back over. Let me get some more yarn here. Working in a confined spot here. All right, so now we've made our 3rd basket. We're going to do 7 double crochets into that handle. First one is always a little tight, for me anyway, but it gets easier. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, feel free to push this back to the right hand side of that handle as you go to just give yourself some room. I think that was 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to go back and count. I count it every time, guys, because I lose track, and like I said, I start thinking about something else, or I'm listening to music. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So that's how it begins to take shape. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little. It looks beautiful. I absolutely love this border. I've just really started putting this on everything, just because it really finishes out the project, and it goes quick and easy and gives the edge a little bit of weight. And also, if you were working on your actual blanket, you'd have some weight, and it will make it easier than working on this little swatch. All right, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna let you guys work, and I'm gonna meet you before we round that first corner on the end.